Seems like every year I have more and more trouble getting into the Christmas spirit. I don't know if it's because we don't have snow where I live, or maybe because my children have grown up, or maybe just because Christmas seems to have lost its original meaning. Yet here we are once again, closing in on the end of the year, and I find the Christmas decorations half done. Haven't even started my shopping, and the baking still needs to get done too. You know, when I was growing up, it was normal and acceptable to greet people with the phrase, "Merry Christmas." Everywhere one went, they were greeted with that short phrase, even by people they didn't even know. Whatever happened to saying Merry Christmas to each other? How did we go from celebrating Christmas to just having happy holidays, whatever those are? Why have we taken Christ out of Christmas? How can a Merry Christmas be politically incorrect anyway? I think that's the key to what happened to Christmas. Somehow, society has decided that it's offensive to have a Christmas celebration. Instead, we're supposed to just have a happy holiday. How can Christmas be offensive? I realize that not everyone in the world is Christian. When I grew up, the world was that way too. Yet even people who didn't take Christmas to be a religious holiday, or people who had other beliefs, still celebrated Christmas. My Jewish grandparents always celebrated it, and they never accepted Jesus Christ as their Messiah. If people could celebrate Christmas 40 or 50 years ago, even without being Christian, why can't they do so today? If we look around us, we find that many do. The truth is that only a small percentage of people take an offense to the idea of Christmas being a Christian holiday. And society in general is allowing them to command us in what we do so that we don't offend them. As a Christian, I find myself offended by others trying to tell me that I'm wrong to use the phrase Merry Christmas. As a Christian, I realize I need to forgive them, and I do. But that doesn't take away the idea that taking away my rights to freedom of expression in order to avoid offending a small percentage of society is still offensive. Why should my rights be taken away for their beliefs? Their rights haven't been taken away to satisfy my beliefs. I'm not saying that anyone should be forced to celebrate Christmas, either as a Christian holiday or even as a secular one. If somebody chooses not to celebrate Christmas, that's their choice. Just don't try and tell me how I can or can't celebrate it. In reality, Jesus Christ wasn't born on December 25th. Most theologians agree he was probably born in the fall, possibly even during the Jewish celebration of Tabernacles. The idea of celebrating his birth came from Europe, where every people group had a midwinter festival. The Catholic missionaries adopted this celebration to be the Mass of Christ. And that's where we get the name Christmas, initiating a celebration of Christ's birth. Here in the United States, the celebration of Christmas came along with the very first settlers. Since they were Christians seeking religious freedom, they brought their holidays with them from Europe. To remove Christmas from our culture is to remove part of our history and part of our culture. The original message of Christmas is one of love. God's love towards man, sending his son as a baby so that he would die for our sins. Most of those who don't accept the religious significance of this holiday still see it as a festival of love towards their family and their friends. What could possibly be wrong with this message? How can love be offensive? How can it possibly be to be offended by the idea that there's a God who loves us? So this year, I say unto you, Merry Christmas. I'm Rich Murphy, and that's the way I see it.